As dawn broke on the final day of Targa Tasmania 2018, competitors woke ready to tackle 6 challenging stages south of Hobart. For some, the day was about consolidating positions. However, for others, it represented the last opportunity to make a charge at the podium. The battle in GT2 was on, with Matt Close and Cameron Reeves aiming for glory after closing the gap to Jason and John White yesterday. The White's Viper charged hard into Tinderbox, trying to maintain the gap behind them. However, Close's Porsche left the road, becoming stranded and bowing out of the event.
Yeah, we've fallen victim of being a bit too competitive, but we've got to just thank all our supporters. Porsche and the Scuderia, Auto Art, we put up a good fight, and unfortunately we've had a bit of an off coming into this pretty fast 4 here. Cold tyres and being a bit exuberant, front end pushed, and I just couldn't catch it, so disappointing would be an understatement.
The battle for the final GT2 podium places was hard fought, with Mike Pritchard and Gary Morant in their Porsche 911 GT3 RS going head-to-head with the Lotus Exige of Paul Stokel and Aaron Kelly. It was Pritchard who won the battle for second, but all eyes were on Jason and John White, who cruised through the final day's stages to take the outright win, their 7th Targa Tasmania victory.
I ended up being more of a bit of a cruise in the countryside after Matt went by the wayside, but the show that Matt put on from the get-go was hard to compete with, so it was nice to bring ourselves up to that level, and I think we sort of got a few personal bests as far as the commitment level and the teamwork in the cab, and that's something that we're proud of.
We knew that we really had a battle on our hands, and we decided to go full noise yesterday and see what we ended up at the end of the day, and luckily we kept a gap on Matt so that he had to go full noise this morning to try and take that back. That was the whole plan, was to keep that pressure on and go as hard as we possibly could.
Despite the best efforts of third place Paul Dowie and Bernie Webb, and second placed Angus Kennard and Ian Wheeler, Steve Glennie and Andy Sarandis were too strong in GT4, taking a commanding victory, and also finishing second outright, only 1 minute and 5 seconds behind the Whites.
Second outright, obviously disappointing not to get the win, but we're up against Vipers and GT3 RS Porsches, so for a little Subi to mix it with those guys is credit to the Buckby boys for presenting such a fantastic car for us. Makes my job easy, fantastic roads, and love the event.
The classic leading GMC Jimmy Special of Graham Copeland and Josh Herbert didn't have an easy day, with a myriad of mechanical issues meaning they were lucky to make the finish. In an amazing achievement for a 77-year-old car, they still made it home in first, ahead of Ashley Yields and Charlie Hughes' Volvo, with David Gilliver and Nigel Shelshear's Ferrari third.
The whole car's murphed. I think we've broken a tooth in the diff, have snapped the intake manifold, the exhaust fell off, we had to put it back on the last stage. We lost another mudguard, so we just put it back on, but we actually drove it about 200 yards since the end of the last stage. Thank God it was all downhill, because I don't think she's got another 100 yards in her.
The early modern battle was hard fought to the end. While running third, Adam Kaplan and Alicia Penny crashed out of contention, handing the final place on the podium to hard-charging father and son duo Guy and John Lilliman. Despite the best efforts of second place Liam and Larry Howarth, John Mitchell and Josh Sutcliffe did enough to hold on and win in only their 4th ever tarmac rally.
A lot of people ask, how long you've been doing this stuff for, and we always say, we've been mentally preparing for 15 to 20 years, so.
We live this sport, it's all we've ever wanted to do, and put in a huge amount of effort. Certainly didn't expect it to go this way, but we're very, very grateful and happy that it has.
Christian Downing and Clayton Webber's Subaru, and Peter Pisco and Lance Patullo's Audi maintained their GT Sports Trophy podium places, with Martin Dersma and Richard Wadhams continuing a faultless performance to win the category in their Lotus Exige.
We had a little bit of lead coming in this morning, but I have to admit the last 2 stages was just get it home. It was pretty nerve-wracking.
Very happy. We've been working on this for 4 years now, GT Sports Trophy here in Targa Tas. But as Richard said, the last 2 stages were very nerve-wracking. Even though we had a lead, it's very hard just to make sure you don't make any mistakes.
Jeff Morton and Steve Fisher claimed the rookie rally with an inspirational victory, the win providing them with the unique prize of a free entry into Targa Tasmania 2019.
I just feel so blessed to be here as a brain cancer survivor, and this year with the Cure Brain Cancer Foundation, raising awareness, and there's a lot of other people out there who have had brain cancer and aren't as fortunate as I am, so I just hope that I can inspire some of those people not to give up on their dreams.
Making it 3 from 3 in TSD, Darryl and Peter Marshall finished the day victorious, with Peter and Tristan Taylor and Jerry Bashford and Peter Bell rounding out the podium.
The achievement for us is really to do that again three years in a row, and to also improve on our average points per stage from last year. And that's pretty good going. I don't think you can do much better in this category, but having said that, we can improve. So looking forward to that.
Mark Hammond and Dennis Neagle's Jaguar and the Porsche of Stuart Macaulay and Philippe Etienne claimed the minor placings on the classic GT podium. However, the Tirana of Mick and Daniel Bray remained dominant, winning the category by a strong margin.
Car's been great, weather's been great. I've done it with my brother, we've got family and great friends as crew, so we're stoked our wives are here, it's just brilliant.
With all surviving crews at the finish in Hobart, it was time for the largest podium in the world of motorsport, as Targa Tasmania 2018 drew to a close. We'll be back with the third round of the Australian Targa Championship, when teams head north to take on new roads and new challenges. We'll see you in Cairns.